Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chu, a physical therapist. And yes, I am your alternative career coach. Today, we're going to be interviewing Eliasar, Gina, and LJ of BareLily. We're going to ask them what are they doing in their lives in this beautiful day today. All right, we'll be back in a few seconds.
It's time to step away from everything complicated and return to something simple. It's time to allow ourselves to experience a skincare line that celebrates our natural beauty without the noise and without the many ingredients. It's time to bear your beauty from within with BareLily.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, my Facebook friends. Well, I mean, if you're watching live, comment live. Watching on the replay, comment replay. Anyway, we are here coming to you live here in my beautiful home, Martin, Tennessee. But we've got special guests for today. And we are streaming in our Facebook page, in our podcast, in our YouTube also, and of course in our amazing group. Good morning, Erwin. Anong balita sa dyan in the Philippines? Well, anyway, we are here coming to you live. We have a special guest. His name is Eliasar and Gina Tai. Let me introduce the two amazing couple here first. Eliasar is obviously a dad and a husband. He's a physical therapist. That's why we're streaming it here in our alternative career group. He's a board-certified geriatric physical therapist. So he's not geriatric yet, right? But just like me, sometimes he feels like geriatric, right? And of course, Facebook user, you're such a user. Please type in your name. I know. But he's a physical therapist and patient advocate entrepreneur. He co-owns Caring Shield Hospice and Imperial Home Health. And of course, he co-owns that with his beautiful wife. His beautiful wife her name is Gina. Gina, where's that? Where's she at? Where did that go? Gina Lynn Tayag. Gina Brown. There you go. Let's ask her what the words she get that Brown last name. It's amazing. She also owns, she's the original boss of Eliasar, right? We only have two rules, right? The boss is always right. If the boss is wrong, go back to rule number 1, right? All right, so that's Gina Brown Tayag. There you go. She is obviously the CEO, the founder. Good morning, Roger. What's going on? Of BareLily, obviously. And she's also the executive producer of Mabuhay Studios. All right, and of course, the other guest, her name is LJ Moreno Alapag. If everybody knows LJ, she's like an actress. Beautiful actress. I don't know if she related to the Morenos in the Philippines, like Alma Moreno. Beautiful young lady, right? And of course, she is also I lost her. Where did that go? There you go. She's got thousands and thousands and millions of followers in the Philippines. What's up, fellow Filipinos? She's an actress, pastry chef, and the owner of the Lolly Cake. Is that how you pronounce it? Factory. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in our guest for today, Ellie, LJ, and Miss Gina. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What are you guys doing there in the neck of the woods? What's up with you guys?
Good morning. Hi, good morning. And just to respond to your question, me and Gina are related to Tita Ness, Alma Moreno. She's our auntie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No wonder you ladies are so beautiful, right? What's her name again? Oh, what's her like nick? What's that? What do you call that? The name for her?
Loveliness, Tita Ness.
Loveliness, right?
Loveliness, you showed niya before, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
remember
Tita
my mom
namin
watching
siya.
her
That's our
show.
cousin. So Moreno.
Oh, no wonder. Gosh, that's so nice. What's a small world? Joey Marquez. I'm not related to him, so never mind. All right. Let's go to to Ellie and Miss Gina there. So what made you transition from, you've been doing home health and then the hospice and everything. What made you transition to Bare Lily products? What prompted you?
Age.
Age.
Age. So in my late 30s, I think women, we get to be like that. You start to think, or you start to feel that age is starting to catch up on you. Your skin, just the skin, at least just the skin. So from there, the entrepreneur in me thought, what if I come up with something that would really work for me? Because before it was just so difficult looking for products after products after products. So I was like, it would be great to create something that really just specifically work for me and others that are super busy out there, that really just doesn't have any time to have a 15, 30, 1 hour routine. So I came up with the name is not there yet, but I was thinking of putting together a skincare that's really easy, very simple yet effective.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, we're in the home health and hospice space, so it's very, very hectic. So, it came to a point that we need to diversify what we're doing as well. So, we thought about something that's different from dealing with CMS or dealing with the Department of Public Health and all that. So that's how we all started. It's way back 2018.
Mhm.
So 2018, but it took a long time.
It's funny you mentioned that, so you diversify. That's very important, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you're watching live, comment live, watching replay, comment replay, because you need to diversify, ladies and gentlemen. If you just have, the in life, you need to have like five-legged stool or four-legged stool. It's just like a chair. You cannot survive in one source of revenue alone. If you want to survive in this life, right? Take care of your family, leave not just your company, but leave a legacy to your family. You need to have at least four different sources of income. And that's what we do also in our company. We have multiple sources of income, not just our clinic. We have the home health part. We got the assisted living part. I have this, podcast and doing all of this stuff. So you need to have multiple sources of income. All right. People are watching live. Can I sell at my clinic? Somebody's asking, can I? Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and ask the bosses. Kay Joy Lynn, she owns a therapy clinic too, and she's transitioning to what you call is more wellness side.
Oh,
Can us therapists sell it in on our clinic? I mean, that's probably another source of networking there, right? Ellie and Gina.
Sure. You have to make because this skincare has CBD, and so it's fairly new in the market. It's fairly new in the industry in economics. So you have to check your state if CBD is legal there, kind of. And so if it is and it's welcoming in the economy, then that's great. It is a really it's not that tricky, but it gets tricky. So it's something that you want to look at, and if everything is good to go, absolutely you can sell it in your clinic.
Yeah, but we can connect. I believe we can probably provide them with our
The information.
information.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much. Well, let's go ahead and go back to our other guest. Of course, we want to interview the actress, no other than LJ Moreno. LJ, what have you been doing? Before we were like, co-party or no, just kidding. I was
yeah.
just pretending I was with the show business too. But what have you been doing? So I heard
Well,
you. I mean, I remember you were in the Philippines doing actress job, right?
acting, hosting. I got my degree in early childhood education. I
Mm-hmm.
taught for a little bit in the Philippines, and then I went back to showbiz because I needed more money. No, like I mean, teaching it's. I love teaching and all that stuff. So I was able to get my degree there, but now I ended up just homeschooling my kids when we moved out here. And then um, after that, I I took up some pastry course with Chef Henny Season. That's how I came up with the Lolly Cake Factory. So I had that for about 10 years. Fast forward pandemic, um, 2020, we decided to move out here because Jimmy, my husband, he played professional basketball in the Philippines for what 18 years and then coached after. So we've been in the Philippines since. But then because of the pandemic, the league that he was coaching at, which is ABL ASEAN Basketball League, closed because diba, COVID started around Asia, diba? So that closed, and then that was like the first time in 20 years that he wasn't tied with a team. So he thought, why not? Maybe this is the time for me to try it out in the States. Because, syempre, every basketball player's dream is the NBA. So if he couldn't get there playing, why not, coaching? So now he's an assistant coach of Bobby Jackson for the Stockton Kings, which is the G League team of the Sacramento Kings. That's why we ended up here. So now here, but me and Gina connected. We're cousins. We're very close. And actually, when I was still in the Philippines, she already had
Just like me and
like
Eliasar, we're very close too.
like like Ellie said, they started no 2018, right? So 2019, she actually came to the Philippines, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what products, maybe we could have it manufactured there. But then, pandemic happened, so took a break from that. But finally, when I moved here, and we connected again, talked more about business, and then finally she came up with, she called me, she's like, okay, what about CBD? And since it's different, and like she said, also age, me and her are the same. We're very active when we were young. We love the sun, we love the beach, but we weren't really taking care of our skin. But then when you get to a certain age, then you're like now you really appreciate skincare, what products you put in your skin and all that stuff. And I'm just so thankful and blessed that they asked me to partner with them with BareLily, because we've been using it. It's been great. A lot of healing factors, and like I told her, right now I didn't really put like makeup. I just used our Bare Lily, which we're gonna launch palang these product, yung some of the products. But the Bare Lily tinted moisturizer and our blush on, and then our lip slip and ano. So I'm all Bare Lily now.
Me too. I'm bare Lily right now. So
We're all there. There.
Ganda bulaklak.
Oh, Bare Lily.
we're all bare Lily right now, right? Well, thank you very much for watching live. Dr. June, thank you very much for watching live. Appreciate you, brother. More power to you, Lodis. June actually is actually located in, I believe, in Arizona. Dr. June, he's in Arizona. I met him personally in Florida. I spoke there for a while, and then I met him personally. So you got to connect with him too, Ellie. So
Yeah, I do. I do actually message him once in a while.
that's good. That's good. Kay Joy said, actually, she is if I'm not mistaken, she's also a physical therapist. She has one in Illinois. So maybe, yeah, she said everything is legal. So you guys got to connect with her too. Maybe you could start selling stuff there in Illinois, as long as it's legal. Dr. Eva Arañas Angel. She is a physician based in Davao. She has that LJ and Miss Gina. You got to connect with her. She's got a show in the Philippines in the Lifestyle Channel, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
TLC, something like that.
Sure.
So you got to connect with her too. So. All right, let's go ahead and bring back our special guest, LSR and Gina and LJ. Let me just ask them real quick. What are the products that you guys are selling in BareLily? Is it just makeup, or drops? Or what are the products that you have there? Let me ask Gina and Ellie. There you go. Mhm.
Actually, initially, we thought about, before the pandemic and all, the main product that we were supposed to be looking at and developing were makeup. And then pandemic happened. We're like, okay, nobody's going to wear makeup at this point. So we thought about, and then we looked into incorporating CBD to our skincare. So first we thought, okay, skincare, let's do skincare. And then, all right, so skincare, there's thousands of skincare products out there. I mean, if you walk in a store, it's like a circus, so much to look at, so much options. But we're like, okay, so what will we do to set us apart from the market? So we thought about including CBD to our skincare, and so there's CBD in there, and so it's something different.
Yeah.
It's something that's really new in the economy, new in the market, that people should like check out. Again, they diversify it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and what products have currently? We have the
Currently, we have just the basics. We started with the basics, and actually, per season, we will be launching a lot more. But our first launch to introduce the company is a basic skincare, which is we have facial wash, and then your toner, then your vitamin C serum, and they're all infused with CBD. Vitamin C
under eye.
serum, under eye serum, and your moisturizer. We came up with a lot of lippies because girls love lippies, and
What do you call that?
Lips, lip paints,
lippies.
lippies.
So lip gloss,
I
lip
don't know
paint.
that. I'm sorry.
These products are all infused with CBD.
I think Mike, you should talk more with Hoppin about those.
I know. To be honest, last last night we were driving home, right, and we're getting more patients in the morning, and we tried to put them around 9 or 10 in the morning, but now she has to put some around, earlier than that. And I said, well, why don't you, lower down the time for you to put on your makeup? And she was like blurted out, you cannot disturb me, blah, 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 I have to put on my makeup for an hour. It's like, oh gosh. So yeah, I learned my lesson not to mess around with their makeup time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the most important chores of the day. Put makeup on, I believe, and that's where
Correct.
it comes in. It simplifies a lot of things.
Very simplified. Again, this caters to us career women. Just really don't have enough. See, you're running in the morning already, so you just want to just like, put very simple basic stuff, and
Mhm.
the makeup, but no makeup,
Yeah.
natural, authentic beauty.
Yeah, look at
So true.
LJ. She's actually wearing a BareLily right now. Not a,
Wow.
not makeup, not a lot of makeup.
How about me? I mean, I don't really have to put on makeup, so can I still add it? Because my skin is just so smooth. Just kidding.
Yes, it's actually it's for the general public,
General public.
general public tulad.
No, actually, Mike, we were going to, I think, launch our
Men's line.
men's line soon as well.
Oh, that's where I come in. All right, that's where I come in.
General
I
public.
feel like doing a instructional video. Hello, I'm putting on this, whatever you call
Why
it,
not?
moisturizer for today, right?
So we're gonna send
do
you the
that.
products, and we'll make sure you make. You will be the one who will be making the instructional video.
I know, right? Look at June asking, "Hey, I could be a distributor there in Arizona."
Sure, June.
All right. Well, I don't know if you're still watching live, comment live, watching on a replay, comment replay, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you heard what Gina and Ellie said. You need to learn how to differentiate yourself. You just can't just put a product out there, a random product. You need to specialize in something. And in any type of business, you need to have that niche or the differentiating factor. Because why? Because if you're just the same product, you have the same product with other people. Well, it's just generic. I'm not going to buy it. But if you have this differentiating factor, that X factor, like LJ Moreno's factor or Eliasar's factor or Gina's factor, boom, they're going to buy it from you. And same thing with me. Why would people work with me? I wouldn't be able to work with Jimmy Alapag. I don't know anything about basketball, treating basketball patients or clients. All I know is geriatrics, right? So you need to find that niche and then go from there and specialize because the niches are where the riches are, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go ahead and bring back our guest again, LJ. Let's ask her, LJ, what are again, Ellie and Gina already mentioned the different products that you guys are offering. So what connected? I know your relatives to Miss Gina, but What
Yes.
made you really start this and believe in BareLily, and why BareLily?
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, she came to the Philippines about 2019, and then we discussed about Bear Lily, and then out here, um, since at first we were gonna do makeup, then she said, okay, we're gonna change into skincare. Of course, first thing is you have to try the products, right? Before you launch anything, before you sell anything, you have to try the products, make sure it works. And as I mentioned, now that I'm older, I'm more conscious with what I put on my skin. There are times that I tried like different products, kaya lang, you get allergy, sometimes rashes. But when we were testing out the Bare Lily products, they really worked. And I'm not saying this because I'm part of the company, but I'm saying this because I do believe in it, and I'm one person that like I like selling things, but I'm not gonna sell it if I don't believe in it. So that's basically the reason why I agreed to partner with my cousin, because I do believe in the products and I do work. I do use it, as I mentioned right now. Um, I'm using all Bear Lily. So yeah, that's basically the main reason why I decided to join them in the partnership as well. And then Bear Lily, actually, the name I will let Gina explain, because she's the one that came up with the name.
All right. There you
Yeah.
go. Let's go back to Miss Gina then. I mean, why BareLily, Miss Gina?
Why
Not
Bear
Gina
Lily?
Lily or LJ Lily
Lily.
or LI
Lily
Lily.
Lilies.
Hubad na bulaklak. Actually, when somebody texted me about it, when I think this
Yesterday.
yes, was that yesterday or the other day? There was a customer. She's Filipino. She bought it, and then thank you so much for the hubad na bulaklak. I was like, what's that?
Hubad na bulaklak.
I
Yeah.
never
Bulaklak.
realized she
Totoo naman.
created Bear Lily na hubad na bulaklak.
Naked flower, naked
It's a
lily.
naked flower. But anyway, we I didn't want to use
Generic.
very generic our names, our last name, initials, our kids. I wanted to come up with a name that people would have some kind of a connection when they look at the brand. So I had to come up with something really, a name that will really stick to people. So initially we came up with 20 names.
Mhm.
And then my first research were friends and family. So I asked them, what sticks with you with like the connection, what connection do you see from these names, and so we came up with 20, and then it shortened down to 10, then to
And
5, then to 3. And so with the 3, it's all my favorite names. And so we looked into crowdsourcing. So we did crowdsource to 500 to 1,000 people, I think, around the world. And so I said, my instruction was, look at these names and give me your thoughts, your feelings, what you see, what's your judgment when you see these names. And so amazingly, when the report came in, the words that came out specific and multiple times that came out were purity, love, passion, um, luxury. A few of those words came repeatedly with Bear Lily. And so I was like, this is it. Because this is the factor that we really want in our company, in your product, the honesty, that all that. So when you look at that name, so I was like, this is it.
It's pure
It's
Bear
purity,
Lily.
yeah, Bear Lily.
All right. So speaking of BareLily, we will be back in a few seconds, okay?
It's time to step away from everything complicated and return to something simple. It's time to allow ourselves to experience a skincare line that celebrates our natural beauty without the noise and without the many ingredients. It's time to bear your beauty from within with BareLily.
It's time to bury Lily. I just can't wait for my commercial. Like, it's time to bury Lily, Michael, Dr. Mike. So beautiful face, right? Boom. All right, today we've got a special guest, Eliasar and Gina and LJ from BareLily. They own their Gina and Ellie. They own their home health clinic or home health agency there in Las Vegas. And LJ, she's an actress. She owns like a pastry shops back home in the Philippines, and now they started their own what do you call this beauty skin products, CBD products. And hopefully someday I could be like a spokesperson, see, so maybe they could cover all this spots here that my kids make fun of me, right? All right, so let's go ahead and keep on going before I go crazy here. We'll be back in a few seconds again, okay?
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
All right, we are back. Thank you very much for watching live, comment live, watching in the replay, comment replay. Yeah, check it out, hellonote.com. If you need documentation system in your outpatient clinic or mobile practice, check it out, hellonote.com, all right? So today we are interviewing Eliasar and Gina Tayeg and, of course, LJ Moran. Where are they at? Let me go. There you are. Let's go and bring them back. There you go. All right. So before I keep on going and go crazy with the BareLily products, let me ask Gina and Ellie, what is your biggest challenge right now in starting this business and in doing this, and how are you turning it around, sir and ma'am?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The biggest one yet was, again, over and over, the pandemic. Because we already had that set makeup that we were supposed to release, and then pandemic happened. And so we had to,
Put everything on hold.
first of all, since we're all also in the clinical world, we had to put it aside because we had to focus on the clinical part of our business. Especially we're home health, so it's in the geriatric side also. So we had to focus on that for at least it's a year, right?
Yeah.
So BareLily was set aside, and then when pandemic come down around early 2021, I went back to looking at it again, and we had to transition. I mean, I felt defeated already because I was like, what, how am I going to go forward with this makeup thing? I mean, it's pandemic. Nobody's going to buy it, number one. And number two, everybody's wearing masks. Nobody's going out. We're all on Zoom. And I wanted, my focus was actually the lipsticks. So everybody's wearing masks. So I felt defeated, almost about to give up. But I said, you know what? No. Again, it's the drive. You have to have that resilience and just keep going, whether you have this pandemic, and even if you feel defeated, just keep going because you already have it. It's already there, so I thought about skincare and might as well just continue with that. So that's why we just went ahead and quickly developed the skincare product, and that's what we came up with.
I mean, over the years, being entrepreneurs, we always experience so many of guts interruptions. I think it's probably not the proper time. There's always a time to every purpose under heaven. That's what they say in the Bible, and we believe in that. So if these guts interruptions is, one way of saying, who is in control, and pretty much when BareLily came back into, in 2021, we felt that this was the
Right
right time.
time. Everything was being put to place again. And do like what Ellie said, we do recognize if there are interruptions like that, because I mean, yes, in our experience, the many years that we're working in our with our businesses, every time that there are interruptions like that, we recognize it and we say this is not the right time, let's wait it out. But of course the thoughts, the game is still there. It's just that if you have to put it on pause, it has to be on pause. And then look, everything is being put, LJ knows this, everything is being put in place, because all of a sudden she's here in the US and here I am, I felt defeated and I thought I was alone trying to put this together, and then she came and then I'm like, come help me, let's do this together. So that's pretty much the struggle, and how I or we as a
Overcame.
team in BareLily overcome that hardship for a little bit there. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. I don't know if you're watching live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm writing things down. You got to write things down, ladies and gentlemen, because if you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you write things down, you actually understand it more. And I just want to reiterate what, see, I'm speaking English, right? Reiterate what they said. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You're going to fail along the way, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you're doing, whether you're doing actual therapy, nursing, being a physician, or being a patient. If you're watching in my page, you're going to fail. You're gonna make mistakes along the way. But will that stop you? No, you just have to keep going. She also mentioned the word resilience. I didn't know how to spell it, but I just put down rest here, and then it says here in the crisis. I always remember this. In the middle of crisis lies an opportunity. And that's what they saw, ladies and gentlemen. They saw this opportunity that people needed this. People needed this. You got to find that need, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least here, you know, I love how they changed the words. They, instead of saying failure, they said God's interruption.
Mm.
Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen, because it's very important that sometimes we plan for ourselves, but it's not that God's plan for you. You got to wait for His perfect timing. All right. And then last thing that he said, or she said, not Ellie, right? Because we're just going to listen to the boss, Gina, the team. You got to find people. You got to find a team that will believe in you. Most of us here in our group or in our Facebook page or wherever you're watching and listening, you're finding people who are actually pulling you down. You're telling your plans to the actual person who's going to pull you down. You got to find a person. You got to find that coach, that mentor that will believe in you. Imagine telling this barely plan to someone else. Oh, it's not going to work. It's the middle of pandemic. You're gonna be discouraged. I mean, look at LJ and Gina. They found themselves and they encourage each other, right? Okay, I'll stop talking. Let's go ahead and bring out LJ. LJ, let's go back to that question for you. What's the biggest challenge that you've encountered doing all of this, whether in life, in career, being an actress, and how did you turn this around, LJ?
Actually, as Gina said, Gina and Ellie said, God's interruption. They know, like, this like Bear Lily, this opportunity with Bear Lily came at the perfect time, because they know how homesick I was when we moved here. Because, like, all my friends, my family know how much I love the Philippines. I love living in the Philippines, all that stuff. And I was comfortable there. I had my business there, my career was there, and but then pandemic happened and we ended up coming here. So we know naman here we don't have all the help that we have in the Philippines, right? So, like, it was really hard for me to adjust, but like I was telling Jimmy, like um um I need some. I feel like when we moved here, I not naman lost, but I was out of my comfort zone, right? So being a part of Bear Lily and even our Mabuhay Productions, I feel like I'm home. Because I'm back to doing what I love. We had the Bear Lily event, the launch. I had told Jimmy, like, when I got home, I was like, oh, I feel like, I really feel like I'm back in Manila again, attending events, and then we'd have our shoots. So because we have Mabuhay Productions, and then now we're gonna be producing a concert. So again, how did I get through it? It was just through prayer. And my part of my prayer list nga for January was like, you know what, you need to just stop going back to what was and just appreciate being here. Not everyone had the option to move to the States or be given, an opportunity, especially like for Jimmy, to be able to do what he loves. And you're blessed to be in the States. So stop thinking about, oh, when I was in the Philippines, oh, just live, like live in the live in the States, parang be here, be present, and stop complaining na. So that's one of my prayer requests, na parang just be thankful. And you know what? It's really a blessing to be a part of BareLily and to be able to do business with my cousin, and people that are close to us, even with our production, also people that I can trust. So I'm thankful, and I know this is where God wants us to be right now. So I'm just focusing on this and just being thankful that He brought us here and gave us this opportunity. So at the end of the day, it's really, again, it's really, we can plan our life, but then God will always have a better plan. So I know this is where He wants us to be, and I'm excited to see, you know, um, everything else that He has planned in the future.
Amen. I'm going to stop there before this turns into a prayer meeting, right?
Yes.
Well, anyway, I like what LJ said, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching live, you got to listen to what LJ said, or LJ, right? My wife said, it's LJ, don't forget, because I know a friend named CJ, and I told my wife, hey, I'm going to interview the CJ Moreno. No, it's not CJ, it's LJ. I've been
The funny
watching her
thing is,
YouTube.
I have a CJ. My partner for Amazing Race Philippines is CJ naman, Haravata. So we're LJ and CJ.
Oh, okay. See, I have an excuse. Well, anyway, I like what LJ said. It was hard to adjust, she said. She said this word. I always preach this, getting out of that comfort zone. You got to get out of that comfort zone, ladies and gentlemen. If you stay, that's what LJ and Ellie did. They went out of their comfort zone. LJ's comfort zone was in the Philippines. She was comfortable there. Imagine moving your whole family in a new country, new language, new culture, new business. That's gonna be crazy. That's what me did. That's what I did. That's what Ellie and Gina did. Sometimes you gotta, not sometimes, most of the time you gotta push yourself to the next level and get out of that comfort zone. Okay. And we're gonna ask this too later, the Mamuhay production. And she also said here, through prayers, you gotta declare stuff, ladies and gentlemen, because your words determine your life. If you change your word, you change your world. If you want to change and be the next level, find that business, find the alternative career, be an amazing person. You gotta change that words, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta listen to your words. Oh, did I say this positive word today, or did I start complaining? Remember this: when you complain, you remain. If you keep on complaining in your current situation, you're going to remain in that situation. But if you start praising, the blessing comes down. All right. And last but not least, she said here, it's very important here, being thankful. Whatever you have right now, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're in the Philippines, you're here in the States, whatever you have, be thankful of what you have, because you are much more blessed right now. You're watching this in a cell phone or on a YouTube or whatever. You are definitely blessed. All right. Well, I know I keep on talking. Let's go ahead and bring back the ladies and gentlemen that we have here today. Mr. Ellie, Miss Gina, and LJ. Any last parting wisdom, and where can we find you? Let's go ahead and do this beautiful couple here. Any last parting wisdom, and where can we find you, ladies and gentlemen?
You can find us at www.barelily.com and Mabuhay for the studios and the concerts. One last thing I'd like to tell you guys is, of course, before it turns into a prayer meeting, be thankful and pray all the time. And do not put all your eggs in one basket. You gotta diversify. You cannot be too comfortable in that one basket. You gotta put your eggs into different ones.
I would say that for those ones who are probably stuck where they're at, I mean, sometimes you just have to think outside the box. I would say there are a lot of opportunities out there. It's just a matter of looking for them. So I think that's the most important thing.
Perfect. Well, again, thank you very much, Ellie and Gina. Appreciate you guys. How about you, LJ? Any last parting wisdom and any special encouragement for our people who are watching here in our group?
Yes, of course. Again, prayers work. I believe in that, and just don't be discouraged wherever in life you are right now. Don't be discouraged. Keep going, and always remember that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. God's got you. That's the main thing. That's what's been keeping me going. And if there's something new that you want to try, don't think about it, like don't think too much about it. You should just go ahead and try it, because even if you fail, at least you know that you tried it. Kesa naman, you go on through life and think back and say, oh, I should have done that. At least you try that one thing that you've been wanting to do.
Wala na. Paano ko patatapatan yun pang Miss Universe? So.
Wait, I promote na rin. Of course, check us out, BareLily.com. Follow us on Instagram at BareLily Beauty. And then, of course, Mabuhay Studios. We're also on Instagram. And we have a concert coming up May 15. For those that are watching that are in California, it's with Jaya, Rufa May Quinto, and hosted by Miss Jinky Oda. And me and Gina and Ellie, of course, will be there to say hi to everyone. We'll be working behind the scenes, but that will be in Noy Pits in Cerritos. And please also check out our family vlog, Alapag Family Fun.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. Forgot to ask that they do have a what you call Mabuhay production, wherein they also produce different concerts and events in all over. So we're gonna catch up and we're gonna promote that too, ladies and gentlemen. But before I let you go, thank you again, Ellie and Gina and LJ. Thank you for your time. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word fast, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find friends that will bring out the best in you, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who are you hang out with? If you're hanging out with people who are complaining in life, guess what? You're going to be complaining too, right? Hang out with people who are opening up their own business. Hang out with people who are actually wanting to get better, just like LJ and Ellie and Gina. I feel like I'm going to have my own makeup line soon, right? The Dr. Mike Chua geriatric makeup line, right? So you hang out with people, right? You got to be intentional. You cannot be just a wandering generality, okay? You need to be meaningful, specific. Do you think Ellie and I just randomly did this? No. We had to be intentional. I had to reach out to him. Hey, can we do this? You need to be specific, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Next letter is letter A. You got to take action. All this stuff that we're doing, it's not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Gina and Ellie and LJ good if you don't take action. Stop the analysis paralysis. Stop analyzing. And then to the point that, oh, I can't take action. You just have to do it. Just like what LJ said. Just do it, ladies and gentlemen. Just like Mr. Jimmy Alapag said. Keep shooting that ball, right? Just keep shooting. You're going to miss. You're going to fail. But it doesn't matter how many times you miss the ball. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. Just what like Ellie said and like Miss Gina said. They got discouraged, but it doesn't matter. What matters is how many times you get up and do this all over again, okay? And next is letter S, share and subscribe. Share their website, share their videos, because it may not be applicable to you, but it could be applicable to someone else, all right? Obviously, their makeup is not applicable to me, but I'm going to share it to my wife. It's applicable to her. The more shares, the better. Check out their YouTube and their Facebook or whatever you call that. Share it and then subscribe. Is that how you say, LJ?
Yeah, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Hit that notification button.
There you go. And last but not the least is letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. Again, thank you very much, Jimmy, LJ, Ellie, and Gina. We will see you again on our next show. Be awesome, be great, be excellent, and we'll see you around.
It's time to step away from everything complicated and return to something simple. It's time to allow ourselves to experience a skincare line that celebrates our natural beauty without the noise